So, this episode of Ahsoka is the one where we finally get to see Ezra in action. This is the episode that we've all been waiting for, basically. So, let's talk about it. Let's just get into it. Is it hype? Is it not hype? Let's talk about it. Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 7, the penultimate episode. What are my thoughts? So, the episode starts off with Hera getting court martialed, and then C3PO comes in to tell them that Leia has given Hera her blessing. Honestly, this feels like nothing but a cameo. This feels kind of hollow. I'm of the I don't like C3PO that much train. This feels just like fan service. But the gold boy, the gold man himself, uh it's all right. Anthony Daniels, you get that bag, bruh. Get that bag, Anthony Daniels. There's this one senator guy that I swear he's working for the Empire or something. He's another one of those characters that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, have we seen this guy before? Well, anyway, whether we have or not, I swear he's working for the Empire. He's one of those characters that so doggedly, he's just an asshole. It's that simple. What? He has no need to suck the taint of the Empire so hard. I mean, Hera's obviously trying to protect the galaxy. Why is he making it so difficult? But he's a good actor. I'll buy that he's, some jerk in a high position. You know how politics is. Politics is a mess. Next, we see Ahsoka training with a hologram of Anakin Skywalker giving her lessons, basically. And this was a very touching part of this episode right at the start. It really builds the relationship between this version of Ahsoka and the Hayden Christensen version of Anakin Skywalker. Because you gotta think, not everybody has seen the Clone Wars. And so these characters are basically almost completely new to some people. And these versions of these characters, their relationship really needs to be built for us to take them seriously. And I think this show is doing a good job on that so far. Because we really need to be sold on this. This is probably one of the single most important relationship in this show. Is that they get the relationship between Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, and Ahsoka right. Next, we see Ahsoka coming out of hyperspace from the Purgle and landing into a minefield. This got me thinking, why don't we see minefields like these all the time? Because it looks like a pretty decent deterrent from invasions from space. I feel like we should see these everywhere. But then, after thinking about it a little bit more, I realized that any good pilot can probably dodge a minefield like this and make it through no problem. Just like Ahsoka basically did. So I can see why. But still, I feel like we should see a lot more of this sort of thing. Space minefields. It's a pretty cool idea. I like it. It's neat. After that, Ahsoka, she ducks and hides in an asteroid field, which leads me to probably my favorite part of this episode. Thrawn using his brain. Now, I think characters using their brain is a rare occurrence in Star Wars, especially bad guys. I think bad guys using their brain is a rare occurrence in Star Wars. But we see throughout this episode, Thrawn is actually using smart battle tactics. Like, he's actually using 100% of his brain. And in this exchange, him talking to Morgan Elsbeth, we see what the perspective would be from your typical, I guess, Star Wars villain. Just pursue him. Waste your resources. But Thrawn is smarter than that. He's very big-brained. Thrawn is patient. Thrawn doesn't waste resources like that. Thrawn is objective in his goal. Thrawn's goal is just to leave. He doesn't need to fight Ahsoka and Ezra and Sabine. He can leave them be. All he needs to do is escape the planet. Killing them, yeah, that's a good side project, but he stays objective on his goal. That's very admirable in a villain in Star Wars because it's a very rare occurrence, I feel. Balin sends Shin Hati to fight Sabine and Ezra by herself. I feel like he knows that there's no way she can handle that. Shin Hati is like a low tier, basically. There's no way she can handle the legend that is Ezra and I guess Sabine. But she already almost lost to Sabine anyway. So he should know that no, Shin Hati cannot handle both of them together. Even if she has a small band of locals with at her aid. But there's only one episode left. So unless this next episode is really long, I don't see how they're going to wrap this up. What are some of the things that they have to wrap up in the next episode? Thrawn has to escape this galaxy. That's something that probably is gonna have to happen. Ezra has to escape. We need some sort of big finale battle, right? Which I don't see a big finale battle being built up to. And then we gotta see what is Thrawn gonna be up to from now on after he escapes this galaxy. And then we have to wrap up, what is Balin looking for? What is he doing? So unless this next episode is like 2 hours long, who knows? Because they have a lot to wrap up in this next episode. Also, something that I didn't touch on before is I like the huge Bene Gesserit vibes that the Night Sisters are giving off. As longtime viewers of this channel know, I am a pretty big fan of Dune. And the Bene Gesserit and Dune are very important characters. These Night Sisters are 100% giving off that vibe. And I love it. I'm all here for it. And I love how Morgan Elsbeth is just in the background as like this noob Night Sister. She's not really about shit. She's just standing by. I think that's kind of hilarious and cute. So Ezra in this episode, how has his abilities evolved in his exile? Well, we see that now he seems to focus on just force-based combat, which is interesting. I wonder if that's going to carry over when he finally gets back to the regular, normal Star Wars galaxy. If he's going to pick up a lightsaber again, or if he's just going to master his force abilities. Put all of his skill points into force abilities and not lightsaber combat, which is totally within his character. But even though he does seem to master force abilities, he seems to get force pushed and damn near defeated by Shin Hati with one single force push. I was like, wow, man, there's no way he just ate that. But he did. I don't know how defense against force pushes works. It's kind of inconsistent. It's always been inconsistent in Star Wars. But that one scene gave me the feeling of when Anakin Skywalker ran up to Count Dooku and just got murked in Attack of the Clones. But anyway, this episode ends off with a reunion between Ezra, Ahsoka, and Sabine. Very touching. Three classic characters from the cartoons reunited once at last. Honestly, I feel it. This is, as a fan of the cartoons, who didn't grow up with the cartoons but came to love them as an adult, this feels nostalgic even for me. Even for me, this feels like a good moment. And this new Ezra, I've seen all the memes. Instead of saying he looks like the new Jesus, that'll forever be Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is now Moses. He is Star Wars Moses. I can't wait to see more of this new version of Ezra. And all three of these characters in future Star Wars projects, because this show is about to wrap up. And I can't wait to see where it goes. Let me know what you think. How did you feel about this finale? And what do you think about Thrawn using his brain? He's using 100% of his brain to get the job done. That's pretty much it. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.